And we are live here with a very special guest, Pat from the Fantasy Dog Pound. El Coach, I think, is just running a little bit late, so he will be hopping on soon. But we are going to hop into a BBM and jump in with us as we're about to jump in a second. So let's get this going and have a good night. GM to everyone in the chat. We got Jeff, who's no longer in Africa. He's back in a place where he can draft. We got Stefan here. We got Tyler dropping a pre-stream super chat saying I can change into a sluttier top. Well, Tyler, guess what? I was already in the slutty top before you said that because I live in tank tops, so we're already there. Hell Pat, yeah. How's your night going, man? How you've been hitting the streams heavy recently? You were on with Neil today, and how's your week going so far?
Yeah, I've been streaming about just about every day. Underdog contests, anything from weekly winners, BBM, marathons. So just try to grab the edge anywhere we can. And yeah, I'm excited. 2 away games today in one day. So We'll see. We might need a relief pitcher to come in for the back half.
I was going to say, is that a first? Two in one day guest streams?
Oh, for sure. For me being a guest on, but I've done streams where I've had multiple people on throughout the day.
I was gonna say you've had probably. I think you've had like long streams where you've had a bunch of people on. Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to hop into a draft? I know usually you have to get out of here pretty soon, so why don't we hop in here? If you guys want to jump in with us.
All right. We're sneaking in. 12 out of 12. Sorry, guys. And we get the ass.
The ass. You were 111 twice with Neil as well, right? Today
we got the 112 on the first one, then the 111, and it looks like that luck is carried over. But look at these badgeless freaks.
We got away from all the sharp drafters who are in the stream with us, that's good at least.
Let's go. Sorry, Logan. Sorry, Steph. Sorry, Tyler. Get out of here.
Go back home. So Pat, I want to do a little thought exercise that I did with Neil the other day as well. So each round, I want you to tell me like kind of who are your fades in that round, guys who you are like completely fading. If there's not one, then that's fine, whatever. But because I feel like everyone's always touting their guys, but I want to kind of hear like whatever. Who are the guys who are like, I don't know about these guys.
Fades is where you make your money, right?
Exactly.
And I would say in the first round, it's more soft fades. So around 5%. Really. And that'll probably be, for me, it'll be Puka in this range. Will be a 5% guy. Gibbs was someone that we full faded early, and he slipped. And when he fell, we would take him in those early contests like the big board. But for the first round, for me, it's Puka, probably 5%. Let's see.
Okay. Because I know you've heard. I heard you say that you were a Garrett Wilson guy earlier. So is that like
right?
Are you taking Garrett Wilson over him, or taking Garrett Wilson over AJB?
So that's where I'm getting that Garrett Wilson exposure up, is putting him ahead of Puka. Right.
Okay. Nice. I mean, I don't have a super strong take between those two, but I think if Rodgers is just like serviceable, I do think Garrett Wilson is going to the absolute moon, and there is such little target competition there that like I can honestly see him. He's one of the guys that I could see finishing as the wide receiver 1 if it really all comes together. So
I do think it's in the realm of possibilities. I mean, where we saw Lamb going last year, and it's a simple flip, right? You don't have to like risk it all, right? You don't have to go Lamb over. So last year was Lamb over AJ Brown, and that ends up hitting pretty damn hard. It helped the advance race a lot. And it's not that AJ Brown had a bad season. He had a very good season, but getting access to someone that outscores the other player in that range is a little advantage.
Yeah. So I have. What about Gibbs? How have you been taking like about at market Gibbs? Because I have a hard time. Like I'm a Lions fan too. You can't see the helmet because it's being cut off by the camera, but I just have a hard time. I just feel like it's also just structurally, like I'll take a Bijan, I'll take a Brees, but
Mm.
it's like structurally at the turn, especially here, it's like I just want to go wide receiver, wide receiver. So
Yeah.
we're in this position right now. So do you want to go Gibbs in one of these receivers, or do
Yeah,
you want to
let's
go
let's
double tap?
let's send it. I actually don't mind. I have Drake London, I believe, ranked at 12, so he falls right here. It would have been nice to get AJ Brown at 12, but it is what it is. Gibbs, I do have a slight fade on David Montgomery. So with that in mind, I do want to be in this, 7-8% range of Gibbs. There's a realm in which sure they could eat each other, but he's going to be explosive. And when I go in early RB here, we're typically done till like round 7, 8 plus.
Sure. Get the anchor going. So I do have a Detroit clip, so I'm gonna rip it really quick. It's only about 10 seconds, so we're
That's
gonna rip that for
wanted.
the chat.
Can't mess with, I'm a Detroit player. Stacking my paper, stacking so high, I need a fucking elevator. I'm a deep boy, I'm a deep boy.
Yeah, what up, Big Shine?
That'll get Tyler all riled up in the
That's
chat.
tough.
He might need a second to go chill for a second, but
Yeah, go change yourself, Ty.
So second round, who are some guys that you are fading in this range? I see Saquon there is one of mine. It's so tough for me to click him in this second round here. But what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, Saquon is definitely one of those players that I'll fade just because I'm fading just as a whole. I'm wide receiver heavy in my portfolio, so I'm going to have a soft fade on the second round running backs anyways. I try to grab them when they fall, but in this spot too, where we go Drake London, like I don't mind Gibbs at 13. What's the difference of Gibbs at 13 or Gibbs at 18? It's really not that big of a deal. But in this round, Nico is someone that I'm hard fading. It was Diggs, and he slipped out of the second round.
Okay.
Nico and Diggs, yeah. It's crazy, the steam on Waddles. I wish it wasn't happening, but
dude, I know it's hard too because like Waddle is one of my guys where it's like I'm gonna chase him up as he moves up.
Exactly.
But it's just hard because I'm like, yeah, at a certain point, I don't know. I guess I'm still gonna be taking him. Like I don't view Waddle that much differently than like whatever, like even like London. I think he gives you the single game upside and just an offense that's going to push the pace and just have those explosive games. So I'm really into into Waddle, and I think he'll probably be one of my highest owned players. I think.
Yeah, he's still rising, and on the big board for pre-NFL draft, Waddle was my third highest owned wide receiver. Which was interesting because he was, a relatively expensive piece, and the earlier it is, like that's. Like you better be right on that take. But he was going in the 40s, early 40s to open the big board.
That's crazy. That makes
criminal.
No sense. Like
it's criminal.
Okay.
Like he's still rising. Like he's still rising. It wouldn't shock me to see him go at 19 or around 19 by the end of BBM.
I mean, 19. You can make the case for him even higher, I think. So
slide in front of these running backs.
Yeah, 100%. So we got a CMC, HN, DJ Moore start, but it's so hard to start. Like if you go CMC, it's just I love HN, but it's hard for me to go two RBs early. So I think whatever, it could pay off, but then you have to really catch up at wide receiver. So I don't love that start, but you can defend it for sure.
The single game ceiling on it is
pretty
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I have Laporta is the guy in this range that even being the Lions guy and the Laporta guy, I just can't do it. Like I want to get probably a few shares of like CMC Laporta just to get my exposures to it.
Okay.
But yeah, so in this third round here, who are some guys that you find tough clicking?
Yeah, for me, it's still Diggs. I just way prefer the price on Tank right now. Another one's Pittman. And Pittman, in my opinion, there's a little risk, right? Like, you really want to grab A-Rich. If you're going Pittman this early, if he pays off this price, like A-Rich is flying. He's flying. Now, Is there a realm in which A-Rich gets hurt, and that might even be better for Pittman with Flacco? There is that possibility as well. But yeah, Pittman for me and Diggs. Those are the two fades.
Yeah, Diggs I can see just based on the offense. Like I feel a little bit more, and then like building out kind of a Baltimore thing later. I can see as a piece. Pittman has been so hard to get. Like I agree. Like it's like I want to be in on all of the Indianapolis pieces, but like him being the most expensive one, it's so hard to click that. And I feel like that is kind of a leak in my game where I just always go towards the cheaper pieces, which like I think generally is a good strategy, but then you just end up with like such a low percentage of the higher guys.
True. I don't mind a falling Derrick Henry here at 36. I mean, I know it's double RB, which we just talked about. It's probably not our favorite.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of him. T Higgs, I also don't mind going double by week 12 to start. It doesn't scare me.
I think it's fine. We just gotta take wide receivers for a couple of rounds, but yeah, I mean those are
all right.
Some very high ceiling running backs, right?
Let's try to bury ourselves and see if we can if we can come out alive on this one.
So we do have El Coach in here, so I'm going to bring him on. Right. El Coach, brother, how's your night going?
Let's go,
fellas. What's happening? How's it going?
Well, we drafted 2 running backs so far, so the tea is absolutely flowing.
I love it. We've got tank tops and a high testosterone environment. This is good. It's good.
That's what we
double
needed.
Running back. It's so exciting.
So Pat and Coach, I don't think you guys have met before, so glad to get you guys on here. And so we're talking guys we're fading each round, El Coach. So who in this 4th round is someone that you just have a very hard time picking?
Oh boy. I mean, the really like the clickbaity answer, if you want to put together a YouTube short, would be that in the 4th and 5th round, I'm going to fade all elite tight ends, and you should just go late tight end because those are the best clicks right now. There's not really a click I don't like. It's pretty much resisting the siren song of the running backs. I feel like so. If I don't get a running back round 1, if I don't take one there, I pretty much just try to hold off until later on in the draft and stack up wide receiver and tight end in those first few rounds after getting a running back.
Yeah. I like that. I typically like that strategy, and I'm not a heavy RB guy early, but in a spot where Derrick Henry falls to 36, I also don't mind leveraging Lamar on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar typically like he will score some touchdowns, but they're usually not goal line touchdowns. It's usually he breaks long runs, right? So, and even we saw Gus Edwards, I think, scored 13 touchdowns on the ground last year. Like I think Henry has crazy like rushing touchdown upside. That whatever.
On top of the single game ceiling is completely elite as well, and we could see him get there a little easier, where teams aren't going to be able to stack the box as easy against Henry because of how many options you have to cover in the Baltimore offense.
Yeah, and like we didn't really see like I think the what Baltimore really wanted to do actualize, because we saw like against the Chiefs, like they probably should have ran the ball more, but because it's Gus Edwards, they didn't really lean on it. They're like, but when you have a Derrick Henry, it's like, okay, like he's going to be a part of the game plan. Like you're not going to go away from Derrick Henry. So I do think that's like something that's being not overlooked, but just like it is a huge thing when you have that talent in Derrick Henry. You're going to use him. So
I think go ahead.
Go ahead, Pat.
Please.
I think it's probably the best O-line that Henry's played with, and the open looks that he's going to get created by having Lamar back there with him is going to be pretty disgusting, it feels like.
So it's so much easier to say the bearish case on players, right? So if you have a pretty good bullish case on a player and they fall to you after ADP, that's when it's like, man, I should probably just click him, right? And Derrick Henry sort of feels like that piece. I'm not going to be at 15% Henry, but I am afraid to be under 8%. because I think he can break the slate in a single game slate. And that's sort of the nature of the beast that we're playing with in playoff formats.
Absolutely. We got hit him with the gritty in here. He's been getting a lot of pub recently the last week or so, and some positive Claypool news. So he might be the one needing to change his pants, not emo cowboy with that.
Nice.
We got Adam in here, a pounder.
Hell yeah! I can't believe you can't do Higgins. That's tough because I see Higgins relatively close to like a Devonta Smith, just a little cheaper, still in a high passing offense, and it's with the pocket QB to be the certain wide receiver 2 on an offense like this. Goddamn, I like the T Higgins price. We reach up 5 picks, but I honestly think he belongs here.
Yeah, I mean, and he was a 2-3 turn pick, and it didn't work out last year. But Burrow was injured, he was injured. It was just a weird variance year, right? So I definitely think he's underpriced, and I'm perfectly fine moving up and taking him a couple picks ahead of ADP. Okay, so we're going to be on the clock here, and let's see what's going on here. We probably don't want another running back, right? Especially since we took 2 early. So
nope, we have to rescue. We need the rescue plan.
Don't drop the baby here. Let's go. I'm down for Worthy. Any receivers here you guys are obliged to take here?
I'm good with Worthy for sure.
Yeah, this feels like the "please help, my family is starving" meme at wide receiver with this.
Okay, so we're definitely in on Worthy. And then who?
How about Kyle Pitts? Or we would bring in the double with London here with Pitts.
Where are our next picks? Because I'm just thinking, are we gonna?
Our next picks are at 84 and 85. So we're hoping for a Deontay Johnson, Watson.
I was gonna say I don't know. This isn't a super piss boy room, so I feel like we might get someone falling to us, but I'm a little bit worried about only having 3 through that first couple rounds. So I feel like I'd rather go, even though it doesn't feel as great, just
Ridley?
Structurally. I don't love Ridley. I don't know. Ridley or Addison, I feel like are fine.
Okay.
Do you guys have a lean here?
Who do you like, Al Coach?
I like Ridley here.
Okay.
Ridley or Pitts? You take your pick.
So we'll go Ridley. I agree. I am a little more on the risk tolerance side of I will risk a falling value falling to me at a position of need and at the chance of creating a very strong team and maybe shoring up. Kyle Pitts, I do think, has a chance to finish as tight end 1 overall this year. So I am heavy on Kyle Pitts, but I probably have to come off that click a little bit here. So this feels good.
No, we did also have London, so that probably would have made sense from a team correlation standpoint as well. I don't know. I'm just so scared of if we get to the Curtis, we have to reach up for a Curtis Samuel or something. Doesn't feel great. And there's so many there's quarterbacks and tight ends and stuff that are fine in that range. So in this range, who are you fading in this 6th round here?
I have a Dunze behind Hopkins in the ranks.
Okay.
I also have Coleman behind Hopkins and Brian Thomas. So, and then Kamara, it's he's 14 picks after ADP before I look at him.
Okay.
So there's a few, and the way that I have the CSV rankings, it's definitely very heavy on even K-Walk. I think is a fine click when we get to this mid 60 range, but for receivers, I like these 2.
Yep, I'm definitely BTJ. Betting on. I think you're a T-Law guy, Pat, but betting on the T-Law bounce back this year.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing, just weird variance, and I think that should swing back his way.
Yeah, for sure. And I also think that we have a little more base knowledge that we can rescue our team by not going 0 wide receiver, but maybe hitting on T Higgins in London and then pairing it with some of these late spike week guys. And obviously bringing in, we're going to need quantity when you do this double RB start.
Yeah, go
double
8
anchor.
8 or 9 receivers. Yeah.
Right. So that's another thing. I think Kyle Pitts like gives you that opportunity to gain a roster spot on the back end by stopping at 2. And I think if we don't get Ingram,
then we're
dancing around 3 at that point.
Yeah, coach, we've been going heavy elite tight end probably through the Kittle range. We're usually taking one of those. So yeah, maybe we should have clicked Pitts there and just built out the 2 tight ends and just added an extra wide receiver. But it's okay. We made our decision and we have to live with it. So, coach, how's your week been so far, buddy? We didn't introduce you and bring you in. So what's going on?
It's all good. That's what I get for being late to a stream. My apologies. Thanks for letting me in midstream. Been a good week so far. Trying out a new putting stroke. That's paying dividends on the greens last night. So we've got that going for us. Smashed some drafts over the weekend. So just kind of excited to get back into it, man. This feels like an early Wednesday. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, the week has flown by. It really has. I agree with that one. Okay, so
Jake Ferguson at 67.
I've seen him go early a few times. It's pretty wild, man. Like
that's a sacrilegious influence on everyone.
I think he has to rise to about like 74-ish from where he goes right now. He definitely has a full round in him, but if we get Ingram here, I think we'd be very lucky.
Let's cross our fingers and pray that we can get him, because I would rather not go 3 tight end. If we can snag that would be very nice.
Probably something like this, fellas. Do you like these options? We have T. Higgs for Burrow.
Yeah. It does look like maybe one of these receivers would have fallen back to us. So, Burrow, I'm definitely fine stacking him with Higgins. What other options
This team's probably dead. 1-3-1-1.
What?
You guys think we're going 0 wide receiver?
Holy shit!
Ease up, Piss boys. Ease up. It's gonna be okay. The draft's not over.
Okay,
AJ Brown just gonna have the Greg Jennings meme.
This guy has no receivers on the board.
It's great.
Okay, I think this is actually pretty big.
Yeah, do we want to go? Yeah, I'm fine with these 2. Coach, you good with these 2?
Yeah, that lined up really well. Nice little bailout pick.
I'm not going to lie there. I was kind of weighing playing the Alex Jones clip and getting sniped on Evan Ingram. What would be give me more dopamine, the Alex Jones clip, or actually getting the guy I wanted? So we'll take the Evan Ingram.
It feels good.
Yeah, we're back.
I biffed it for Pitts. I'm sorry, guys. That's the Pitts one is on me. I'll take it. I'll take the L.
I don't mind. I'd actually, we get an ADP value in Ingram, like play ball, and now this opens up Trevor Lawrence. I think we can definitely stop at. No, we can't. Same bye week with T-Law and Burr.
Ooh.
Just to note.
Okay, good. You are a pro, so we will take your advice there. To get the week 17 Tennessee and Jacksonville thing going as well. Maybe setting us up for a late Mayo man. I can definitely be down for that.
Your attachment to the sickest players this offseason is incredible. I love it.
Hey, we didn't get Deontay Johnson. It's the first draft this whole season. I haven't taken Deontay Johnson. So,
dude, that was my goal this weekend was to driving down exposure to Deontay. That was great.
Pat, what are your Deontay Johnson thoughts? Where are you with him versus market?
Right now, I just want to be a field, and typically, you should probably be trying to get ahead of field right now because it looks like he's going to be steamed up. So I do take market news into consideration. Like, what percent do I want of this player? Okay, well, I don't mind having 16% now if when he rises, I'll come off the pick. So, like, sort of seeing what your end game exposure, where you want that, can sort of impact who you're drafting right now.
I was going to say, that's something I really appreciate watching your streams, is that you're always kind of like looking ahead and seeing like, okay, where are these players going to move in August and July once we get some camp news, and trying to always like be 3 steps ahead of the field. So that definitely is a good mindset to have. And I think if you guys don't tune into Pat's streams, he is one of the sharpest guys in the space, and he is absolutely pumping out the content. So go sub to Fantasy Dog Pound, join his Discord, and hat tip to you, Pat, because you're one of the best in the space.
Damn, that's high praise. Now you put the pressure on. You've been grinding yourself. Like, you've been pumping out content. I think I've seen you in every single stream that's been on the internet that has best ball attached to the name or tag. Wild. So
you know what? El Coach and I, I think he was my first guest like a year ago. And he's been helping me, you know what I mean, the last couple months as we've been going hard. So we appreciate the love, because it's been crazy, the growth, the early growth, and we appreciate that.
Oh yeah, dude, like, you're way ahead of
calling
like
it the Bindles bump. It's pretty great.
That's funny. It's kind of like a bump it, but it just doesn't go in your hair. Maybe that's what Tyler uses. Tyler,
dude, I need to know Tyler's secret. I need the hair dryer that he has.
It's hundreds of dollars. Hundreds.
Which Steph says, all you boys have been grinding your cocks up.
Damn.
Steph's
one of my favorite dynasty assets in our Discord. Anything dynasty related, I just instantly tag Steph. Like, she's the pro. She's the pro.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Steph.
From Steph.
She just, I think you said that you were in an auction draft with Steph on your last stream, right?
Yeah, it's now an orphan, but it's a good orphan. Like, it's got some real potential. So I think she filled that pretty quick.
What are you in any other dynasty leagues? Are you a dynasty bro or not really?
I started it at the time when the first kiddo was born, and turns out that's like not a good idea because you don't have a lot of time. So
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
derogatory. That's fair.
The amount of resources I have are limiting for outside leagues because of how much, best ball content that we're making, and working on websites and all this stuff behind the scenes. So it's sorry, Steph, but
that's completely understandable. All right, T. So correlation wise, do we have anything here? I'm trying to see.
Not really with
no
the options. I like Shahid in this spot.
Shahid, I know you're a Singletary guy, or we could go
Curtis Samuel.
We could go Spears for the Tennessee thing. If
we got to make a decision.
Let's go Singletary first.
All right, we'll pop Singletary in there, and then we need a receiver.
Let's see. Is there any there's no correlation or anything, right? I mean, I'm fine with Shahid here if you guys are. El Coach,
any El Coach, or do you think we need? I'm
gonna stay out of this one. You guys decide.
Okay,
you got this.
Do you want more of a floor with Palmer or Shahid?
Sure, let's go Palmer. You were talking about Palmer earlier, so I'm down to take him.
All right, we'll bring in Palmer. Also, this opens up a stack. Shahid would have opened up a late stack with Carr, but I think I'm a little more comfortable stopping with just Justin Herbert and Burrow than I would be Burrow and Carr.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, and Herbert seems like such a good value right now. Like, it's also just the whatever. Like, if you don't get Ladd and then it's Palmer, it's kind of in a range where a lot of people are taking running backs. So it does feel like he's going to be like him and Tila both seem like values, and it's I think whatever like they were both going around pick between 50 and 60 last year, and now just both kind of weird seasons. Can definitely see that paying off. We got King of Kings with the $5 super chat. He says, "Dang Pat, is this the guy that he's like in every single one of your
hell yeah, yeah, he's a thorn. He's a good drafter. He creates very strong, balanced teams that are correlated for playoffs. That's all you can ask for.
Hell yeah." And Tyler says, "Fuck Dynasty," famously anti-Dynasty. El Coach and I are big Dynasty virgins. We're in a draft right now, actually. So,
yeah, I mean, Tyler Bindles is going to hit you up with like the most strongly worded pitch deck ever on why you're wrong about Dynasty. So,
right.
No,
I can make a deck. If there's one thing I can do, I can make a deck. So I will. I'll set Tyler. Give me your email. I'll send it over to you, buddy.
Great.
It looks like this guy might have reeled it back in. after the Jake Ferguson click. I'm not seeing anything that's like super outlandish. There's no one that went like, well, I guess we got a Josh Allen Stroud. If they go another QB, that could change the room. But yeah, no one's really gone doing anything too crazy here.
Completely rogue.
To note.
Yeah, I'm gonna email you a pic of my deck.
Oh, God.
Yikes! The Feds might have to put that one in between. This team's probably dead here at 11. Three receivers through 10 rounds. So,
and two of them are Sutton and Dobbs. So that's
yeah, it's something.
It hurts.
That's something. And the Palmer click, probably not the sexiest, right? But this will also allow us to, we already have one rookie. We're probably going to bring in at least one more. I'd like to bring in two. And I have some names for you as we go on. But we're good at running back. Like,
I was going to say, yeah,
that's
great at running back.
We don't need to like really look at QB right now. And tight end, are you guys comfortable with Evan Ingram and
no fan
Hunter Henry? Let's say, would you be okay with those two?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that.
All right. So you guys were gassing up Herbert earlier. Big fan of his. Did you see the clip going around today of him hitting Quentin Johnson in the hands and it just like blasting off of his hand?
Yeah, there's so many memes like that exists. That meme's existed for a while.
It's so hard, man. Like, gosh, like
use Stickum. Jerry used it. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get like a deal with like some glove company and like, come on, man, like you gotta get your shit together.
Yeah.
So yeah, Palmer. I'm not like, I don't hate him, but like, what is your case for Palmer? I think you were saying that you think both him and Ladd could rise up. What is your case for the Chargers pass catchers?
Jeez, I mean, lack of pass catchers. Lack of, sexiness at tight end. Running back, you have Gus Edwards. Like, now he's not going to be stealing a lot of touches there through the air. J.K. Dobbins, we don't know what his health is. So, like, there's so many available targets that he's been trickling up the board anyways. So, a 10-pick reach isn't too crazy. I think Ladd can rise as well. But yeah, and for this team specifically, using him more as like, okay, steady floor piece that will get us those 5 for 74 games, and then maybe you trickle in some touchdowns in there. That's fine. That's all you need him for, because we're gonna slam in some rookies here.
I think it makes sense, like having Worthy get a little bit of early season production. And yeah, he does seem like a good pick in this range. It's just like he'll get the targets, right? Bet on the talent of Herbert and just ambiguous situation there, like him, DJ Chark, and Ladd's a rookie who has never really put it together. Like his peripherals are great, but he's never really put it all together. So if Palmer could, as Neil Orfield would say, he could be the wide receiver one. So
with health included, Ladd has failed to stay healthy. So
exactly.
I have a couple names here. I mean, obviously Justin Herbert's here, and we could do that.
Yeah, I would say Herbert. Let's go Herbert, and then I'm always down for Leggett if you guys want to do that.
What about a reach on Burton for the double stack with
I'm also fine. I'm fine with that. Coach, you want to go Burton?
Yeah, getting kind of gassed up on Burton. I dig it. Anything to go against your Carolina agenda, it's great.
Let's go Burton first. Is there someone else that we can stack? We can go Levis late if you want to push QB too.
I would kind of rather push quarterback, honestly.
Yeah. What do you guys like?
Leggett,
I mean, yeah.
Little hesitancy right before the clock. You know what I mean? Like, was that a troll job? Like, I don't know. Was that on purpose? Was that staged?
Okay, old coach, eat your Wheaties.
Oh no, man! I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm gonna be ready.
Coach, you look sick there for a moment. You look like you're going to throw up.
I'm starting to see a trend. This is the second pick we've made that there has been a video ready for that player or coach. I'm starting to see a trend. There might be a little bias here. Let's see if it happens again.
Maybe
Trifecta.
just a little bit.
We're done. Fade the videos. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Bengals
So again,
Panthers. You gotta
we
love
bring in
it.
both rookies here. The Palmer click makes even more sense.
I mean, I just think with Burrow, it makes more sense to push the QB. Like, I don't know. I'm fine with 2, and if it's whatever, we have some options for some guys late. So
yeah, I think you're mentioning you called out Hunter Henry. You know, we can always stack him with Drake May late. Just the evergreen late round QB. That feels pretty nice. I don't think we missed out on Hunter Henry. At least I hope not.
I like that.
Hoosier says, "Buckle up, Pat." Yeah, you weren't ready for the Bindles clip experience. Just pushing me over the edge.
Does anyone recognize? Is anyone in the live stream drafting with us?
I don't know if they. You do know the rule, right? Like if they have to reveal themselves. If not, the SWAT team will be at their door. They will get swatted.
It's a crime.
So just putting that out there, guys. Just it's not me. I'm just the messenger, but that will happen. So.
All right. Josh Downs goes at 144. That's like the Josh Downs hate I can't get behind.
Dude, yeah, someone was saying we could have done him with Singletary. I mean, it's just whatever. Small.
We have Captain Kirk falling too, but again, it's the bye week 12. Oof. I don't mind doing that if he falls to us and bringing in like Bryce Young.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with the 2 tight ends there, and we have the 3 running backs, so we're only going to go 5. I think we could definitely do that if it falls to us. Let's see, what else do we have here?
This is some sort of. How about for running backs in this range? What do you guys like here?
I'm down for Rico, Chandler, Algier, Gibson would be my 4. Coach, who do you like here in this range?
Yeah, I would say the same. I like Rico and Chandler a lot. Always love the contingent upside with Gibson. Big fan. I feel like Jaleel is getting steamed up a little bit more as well. So, but I think that's a little bit later. We can.
Yeah, there was the Sean Payton quote about him being whatever, first guy in, last guy out, hard worker, D2 player. You know what I mean? It's evergreen, but whatever. If Pat, what are your Javonte thoughts this year? Because I've had there's so many smart people, and some people are just so all in on him, and some people are just completely out. And it's I find myself just that's one of the toughest ones across the landscape.
Kind of out on that rushing offense as a whole. I'm still trying to figure out what this guy's doing. He's got a 1.641, and he's not on auto. Some real painful stuff we're looking at. It looks like we should be getting Captain Kirk. Yeah, I think this is a pretty big gift. Now, do you guys want to? We could lean into these running backs. We have a fuck ton of touches here.
Yeah, I say we probably go Henry, and then that gives us flexibility, right? With these 3, we can push our RB4 and 5. I think so.
Yeah, you want to go Kirk here? We're gonna get an extra pick on the back that we can use on QB.
Yeah, sure.
For Bryce Young. And again, we're leaning into this Drake London being, worth pick 12 overall.
Yeah.
So
sure.
All right. Absolutely. No waffling this time. Lock it in. You got it.
Come on. Where's the chat? Are we recovered yet? Have we recovered yet?
He's firing you guys.
You don't have
this is like the football player pumping up the crowd. We got Pat in full form here.
This is like the Eminem recovery CD right here. It's just too good to be true.
We also do have we could go Bo Nix and someone from Denver if we wanted to.
I think Mims went off super early here. Mims went at 155, typically around 170. So,
I don't know if I clicked Mims a single time, it's probably not great because he does have spike week potential. Yeah. And it's ambiguous situation, but just hard for me to. I feel like it's a weird range where I'm not usually taking receivers. I feel but
what's really cool with the sorry if I cut you, but what's really cool with this specific QBs, this stack here is you can go a QB like Drake May and expect him to be playing by week 12. So that's like a really fun opportunity to bring in this New England back stack.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm always down for a backdoor Drake May, and he is on the thumbnail as well. I know you're a New England fan, so that's why
And
I
we got
put that on
Henry.
there.
Just saying.
Hey, we have Hunter Henry. What's
funny
Drake May's
about
bye week?
all Mac Jones rookie year, I did not buy the jersey. I'm like, I do not believe it's going to happen.
Wow.
And then year 2 leading in, I'm like, what's an easy gift? It's like Father's Day. We'll buy the fathers a gift. Now, this Father's Day, I'm buying Drake May nameplates because, like a king, he kept the same jersey number. All you need is a nameplate, baby. Where are my Pats fans out there? That's it. Change the nameplate.
I mean, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that Drake May is going so late. Like, I get there's just like FUD around like Jacoby Brissett starting or whatever, but it's like,
yeah,
we know he's talented. He was drafted, it was top 3, and whatever, they brought in weapons. I mean, it's ambiguous situation of who it's going to be, but like at least they have guys there. Hunter Henry is their steady option over the middle. Dude, I just feel like we're going to look back, and it's not to the same extent as CJ Stroud last year, but like I think we're going to look back and be like, this just makes no sense. Like, why are we letting him fall so far? So
I think it's because drafters don't know how to incorporate him into their builds. Like you're typically not going to be building him in a 2 QB build. Not that you can't. I'm very comfortable doing that with an elite QB that has a later bye week, but for some reason people are afraid to do that. And you can lean into that early QB, in my opinion, and probably should be.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, we are back on the clock here.
What do you guys think about this?
Love it.
Yeah, you
Douglas
read my mind,
Pop.
Pat. I think that is beautiful right there.
Yeah, are you a Javon or a Pop Douglas kind of guy?
For this lineup, I think we do have enough floor, and again, the Palmer click could help. They don't all have to hit, and they don't all have to start early with some of these other guys too. So I think
not for
Baker has the higher ceiling.
Yeah.
Let's live a little.
Yeah.
She says stuff today, not like a top 3 guy's ever failed before. Aren't all the leg up people like at like 40% Drake May? Like, come on.
I'm not sure. Are they?
My gosh. Yeah.
I think you guys you're drinking the Kool-Aid too. So
now the bye week bros might still be shivering a little bit with some bye week 12 stuff here, especially with the QBs. But if we can get Drake May to fall 4 picks to us, that's a beautiful thing.
Levis went, right?
Yes, Levis went pretty early.
Okay.
Or 168. Again, like, does it really matter if you get one of these 3 QBs? No. Even if it's not correlated, I don't think it's a big deal. Or at that point, I don't like taking a 0 at QB because of how close it is, the advance rates. Just saw QB go from second place to third place. The average there is within like 1 QB scoring week. So it does feel bad to take a 0 QB.
Yeah. I mean, I think Daniel Jones, honestly, naked is fine, right? Like, he'll give you some rushing and whatever. He could just help sneak you through.
You just hope he's playing week 12.
I'm sorry?
You just hope he's playing week 12.
Yeah, he's playing well. I mean, yeah, if Drew Lock is playing, then I mean, whatever. But
oh my gosh, yeah.
So the last 2 picks, QB and running back. It's looking like.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young too. If we wanted to, we could.
He's gone. He's gone. He was an option though.
Too? Jesus Christ!
We went 11 picks early. Yeah, that's another reason why we push QB here and go Herbert and Baker because we have so many options, but a few of them already jumping off.
How do you feel about Bo Nix if May goes?
I don't know if I love it uncorrelated.
Okay.
Braylon Allen off the board. That was probably going to be wishful thinking if we got him at 204.
Yeah, he's been rising. I saw you were talking about that earlier with the camp news. I still don't know if we necessarily know he's the RB2. It's still so early. I think I would probably put chips on him, but yeah, still so early.
Yep, for sure.
Love how
Okay, so
quickly
who are some
everybody's
running
throwing the
backs you
dirt on
guys like
Izzy.
in this range? Pat and El Coach, why don't you guys both give your guys in this range?
I
Pat,
mean,
why don't
for
you go
this
first?
team, oh, yep.
Oh, sorry.
Damn.
Sorry. There was a delay. I'm sorry.
That 1 second delay will create many awkward moments. So,
Coach, you go first. Then you were talking.
Well, see, now I lost my train of thought, and I'm going to have to start over. So we're in shambles right now. I mean, late round with this team, I love Drake May. I hope Drake May falls to us. That's where I want to go with this. And then any of the contingent upside running backs that we get back here, whatever we can find that kind of correlates or stacks with what we've got, I'm down for it. Love Deonta Foreman. I think that's even with Chubb coming out today and saying like they don't even have a timetable for his return, like that.
yeah.
It feels like free money at the back of the draft right now.
Right.
And as you say that,
Fuck, dude. Who do you have?
Let's
Who do you
see.
have? All right, he's got Douglas. Yeah. Do you need 3 QBs? Probably not, but I don't mind the third here.
it's fine.
I don't mind it at all. You're just salty because they took your guy.
I mean,
That's
Daniel
the
Jones,
answer.
we do have, Tyler was saying we do have Devin Singletary. So at least there's something there.
What if the Geno Fant is still there? Do we rock these 4 RBs?
With Herbert? I mean, this is a pretty solid top 3.
Hyper fragile.
No,
For
instead
sure.
of fragile, confident. It's hyper confident. You're confident in these guys. Okay?
Hyper fragile.
All 4 different bye weeks. Khalil Herbert in this story probably gets traded or is the clear RB2 in the team or maybe a Swift injury.
He's the Cowboys RB1, Pat. That's what he is, okay?
All right. I'm less likely to do it, but I still think we go naked Fant here. It's up to you guys. I'm sorry, naked Geno, but it's up to you.
Naked Geno over Jones?
It's more of a floor play and not a week 17 thing.
That's fine.
I agree.
Well, Coach, do you care about? You good with that?
I'm good with Pat. Yeah.
Okay, do it. Rip it.
Yeah, I do
Those
think
nimble fingers. Wow.
I think there's a little less risk to Geno not playing by week 12.
Okay.
So
RB
that's an
here.
advanced rate play, not as much a week 17 play.
I mean, CEH is gross, but we could do that.
I don't mind Tank either. He's getting positive news, and unfortunately, it's gonna make him climb. Doesn't mean he's good, but CH isn't necessarily good either.
Let's go Tank. That's fine.
All right.
I don't have a strong.
I mean, all of them are different bye weeks, which is pretty hard to do, but it fell to us pretty nicely here.
Tyler said we missed on the Daniel Jones pick, but I mean, I just don't.
30 picks of value. At that point, it's like, let's just advance this team out of the first round, and we'll worry about playoffs when playoffs count.
And we have 2 other stacks. The 2 other quarterbacks are stacked. Like, yeah, if he just covers us for 1 week in week 12, whatever, that's fine.
Really, and maybe you get a couple spike weeks from him earlier in the year too. So,
yeah. I'm pretty in on the Seattle, new offensive coordinator. Obviously, DK, JSN, and Lockett there. Like, I think they could be kind of a surprising team just in terms of Geno bouncing back and just the receiver talent there is pretty strong. So
maybe we needed a late Bobo here instead of Baker.
Late round Bobo. Oh, could you imagine the article? What if Jake Bobo is who you need for week 17? That'd be great.
Dude, he got a little bit of steam today. I think he tied his shoes in record time, something like that. What it said. So
he probably had a good block on inside run during practice. I think that would probably raise him up a couple rounds.
The last big board I did, number 150, round 20, Jake Bobo was our last click in that tournament. So I think it was my only share, but
Mr. Irrelevant.
Why not? Theo Johnson, I think you can sort of wait on on the Giants, sort of see who's establishing themselves as the tight end 1 before you draft him, because if it is Theo Johnson, he's probably going to the 17th. And if it's not Theo Johnson, it's a 0. You're like wasting a pick. So
yeah, I feel like like you said, I feel like I'd be waiting to see like if we get any camp news. I feel like it'll be Bellinger, but I mean Bellinger hasn't shown that much. So
if you want to do this in a contest that's going to fill in 2 weeks or in a week, like sure, go ahead, because that news you're probably not going to get it in time. So you could get an advantage by doing that. That makes a lot more sense than in BBM. That's going to be open for another 90 days.
100%. All right, Pat. Well, why don't you wait for this to close, and then why don't we run through this this squad really quick? And
unfortunately, we didn't get Drake May to drop to us, but realistically, do you get more points out of Geno Smith than Drake May? Obviously, you don't get the playoff correlation.
I mean, you could, especially if May does not start the season and kind of misses 5 or 6 games. Yeah, definitely.
So we have Burrow, Captain Kirk, Geno Smith with London, T. Higgs. We bring in the double stack with Burton. We also bring Worthy, Ridley. And we buried ourselves, right? We buried ourselves with Gibbs and Henry. So we were climbing uphill with this team. Palmer, and we sort of knew when you bring in Palmer, you want to go rookie heavy. You want to shoot for some upside at the position. So Burton, Leggett, and Baker. We tried setting up that Drake May double. Didn't happen. And so is life. Ingram and Henry, I like that combo. You guys good with that?
Yeah, this is like I don't usually build teams this way with like I said, I don't take Gibbs a ton, and then Henry, I don't think we've clicked like almost a single time. Mm-hmm. But I like it, especially with Singletary also giving you just solid production there, especially at cost. I think we whatever. It would have been absolutely perfect if we would have gotten May.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I think Geno covers us off, and then I feel pretty strongly at all the other positions as well. So, I think we got all you guys' expertise, El Coach and Pat, and we drafted a very good team. So, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't overspend at RB, because it's very easy to once you go, too early. And that's the big thing that you have to, if you're going to invest that capital into those guys. That's hilarious, Tyler.
Tyler's going to send me a Venmo request for $25.
You have to understand, like, there's a lot of time, and not a lot of time in Tyler's day. That hair doesn't maintain itself.
That's true. Absolutely. I mean, hey, I'm gonna need to message him about that hair dryer, or his wife's hair dryer, because my hair volume game is definitely lacking. So. So Pat, thank you so much for hopping on. I know you're a busy man and got a lot going on, so I will definitely let you get back to your busy life. But thank you so much for hopping on. We were talking pre-show, and just really appreciate what you're doing over on your channel. All the pounders, they're a great bunch. And any closing words for us before we get out of here?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on. I'd never mind doing a BBM draft, BBM stream, and you guys are up to some good stuff, and you guys are catching a lot of steam yourselves, and it pays off, and you see little improvements, and you go into your little YouTube studio, and you see the steady climb of views and watch time, and it makes you come back for one more. That's all, and that's what it's all about. So thanks for having me, and great job to you guys as well.
Oh, Coach. Any closing words for us before we hop out of here for the night?
It was a pleasure joining the group project about a quarter of the way through. You guys drafted a great squad. I think covered off on wide receiver nicely there. Pat, it was a pleasure to meet you. Sorry I didn't get there on time, but thank you guys for having me.
We're going to have to talk to HR about that. So.
You can dock the pay. It's good. Tyler requesting refunds. I'm late.
It's sick time.
So I actually have. We are at 581 subs. On our way to 1,000, hoping to get there before the start of the season. So definitely pacing pretty well. Yeah. But we actually have a new promo code for drafters. And we have a few tickets to give away. So if you guys want a drafter's ticket, You can either use promo code Bindles and use that, and you will get $100 back, up to $100. And then if you guys, I will also be giving away some tickets. So if you guys want to leave a comment after the stream, I will enter you into the giveaway, and I will do a wheel of names on my next stream and give a few away. So definitely do that. And yeah, I will be, once I hit 1,000, I will be doing whenever there is a puppy open, I will do all the puppies live, because I will be able to draft by myself pretty soon. So it's going to be a crazy time, and I will do maybe take a day off work and just rip through that. So
all 150 at the same time? Is that what you said? Or like over the course of the day, 150?
Or over the course of a day, not at the same time. Or,
Okay.
Yeah, same.
How many would you have to do? Like 10 at a time would be like 55 minutes of draft. So like 16 hours straight, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to
time?
sleep for a whole day before and a whole day after.
Yeah,
But
right.
we'll see. Maybe that might be a ambitious goal, but I would like to do it because I feel like it would be pretty crazy. We saw Best Ball Guy just did, I think, 50
palms,
and it was like an 8-hour stream. So and he took a couple breaks in there for like, he did one stream for like a little bit of a break, but we'll see. I don't know if my synapses can last that long, but I will definitely try it. So
yeah,
very cool.
Big picture, Bindles. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so just take care of yourself. We're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
A long month.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for your support. Go follow El Coach. Go follow Pat. Go sub to Fantasy Dog Pound below. And I hope you guys all have a great hot best ball summer and a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.
Founders.